I love this question because it's like classic SAT trap answers here. What they're trying to do is, well, they know that you kind of know the rules of English grammar, and so they're using that against you. Most people think that a colon is used for lists. And sure enough, we have some choices with colons, and we have a list: photocopiers, printers, and fax machines. So our limited grammar knowledge points us in the direction of either choices B or C here, because that's what we heard at one point about colons, and that's the only thing we know about them. However, there is a more complicated rule, not more complicated, but more important rule that we need to memorize. This is not a good rule. It's not a rule at all, in fact. Sometimes colons work with lists, but sometimes they don't. The more important rule for colons is that in order to use them, we need to have a complete sentence before the colon, and then we can have anything after the colon that we want. We could have a list. We could also have a complete sentence or just a single word if we want. But that thing about the sentence before, that needs to be true. So what we want to do is we want to read this sentence and kind of replace the colon with a period temporarily and listen to how it sounds. Does it sound like we've completed our idea? Let's look. The spaces are usually stocked with standard office equipment, such as, right, I'm reading choice B. The spaces are usually stocked with standard office equipment, such as. Could I end the sentence right there where the colon is? No, because I need, such as what, right? I mean, it's clearly starting the list, and I need to kind of finish that thought. So I could end the sentence before the such as. The spaces are usually stocked with standard office equipment. That's a sentence. So this comma here, it's not functioning like a period, but it's showing me that my idea is complete, and now I'm going to attach an extra thing to it. So the such as is the start of the extra thing. The list is extra. It's not essential for me to understand this sentence grammatically, but I can add it onto the comma. But I cannot use a colon here because there's no way to add the such as without adding the list that it's introducing. And so that kind of gets us to the right answer, which is A. We don't need a second comma after such as because the whole piece here is extra, such as photocopiers, printers, and fax machines. That's the extra thing that we're attaching to the main sentence here. And that's how colons really work. We need to think about sentence structure when we determine whether or not we need them or not. And so this is the SAT using your limited knowledge against you. But once we've memorized the real rule, then these questions become easy because we have a much safer way to think about colons. If we wanted to use a colon here, here's how we would do it. Let's do it with this blue. The spaces are usually stocked with standard office equipment, colon, photocopiers, printers, and fax machines. So notice the sentence still kind of ends where the colon is, but now the extra piece, the list, is just kind of attached on. That would be an okay use of the colon here, but we wouldn't want to use both a colon and a such as, because both kind of function the same way, right? The colon lets us attach the list. The such as lets us attach the list. So to do both is not good. It's redundant. So pick one or the other. That's kind of what they're hoping you don't realize, and they just kind of use that rule against you. But now, hopefully, you'll never make that mistake again if you made it here.